Not a long time ago, BMW has just revealed the new BMW M2, and it will be replacing the old M2 CS, the old M2 Competition, and the standard M2. And yes, today, you have guessed it right, yes, today I'll be telling you more about the new upcoming BMW M2 2023 model. Yes, I'm Junior, and you're watching Junior on Cars. Let's get into the video and start off with the price tag of the new 2023 BMW. Well, the BMW will cost you around £61,000. Well, that is £900 more than the A45S, which is more powerful and has more torque and horsepower and 0 to 60 and whatever and better. Well, what do you get for that besides that? Well, even though it does cost more, well, you're expecting more performance. Well, performance, yes, it does bring out, even though it's still less than the A45S. It will get a 3-liter twin turbocharged 286 coming straight from the M3 and the M4. Yes, the new M2 will be sharing more parts from its performance brothers, the M3 and the M4. So you're expecting more horsepower. Well, it does 460 brake horsepower and 550 newton meters of torque, which is the same as the M3 and the M4, the current ones, which is the non-competition versions. Not the competition, because the competitions are much more better in performance, whatever. The standard M3 and the M4. So it does fall into a little bit of the category of its older brothers. Well, 0 to 60 is not the same as its brothers, the 4.1 seconds, and flat out you can do 155 miles per hour. So it's still a baby brother to the M3 and the M4, because it's still been limited and given less torque and what I mean, given less more horsepower and whatever. So they're just keeping the M2 in its lane and not getting to the fight with the M3 and the M4. So that is a bit of a sassy move from BMW, but let's leave that. Well, the new M2 will be getting a 6-speed manual and an upgraded 8-speed automatic. Yes, as we all know, the old version had a 7-speed automatic, and the new one will be given an 8-speed automatic. And some reason, some of the reviewers who review cars say that the 8-speed automatic is actually the best option, because they say that the gears are much better than the old M2, which means that you'll be getting much more reaction and faster off the line. Well, speaking of the line, it will still be rear-wheel drive, so it hasn't changed. It will still send more power to the back, and the seat and the infotainment system have given the upgrade over the standard M240i. Yes, if you don't know what the M240i is, literally on your screen, and if you want to know more, tell me in the comments. If you want me to make a video of it, I'll make a video of it. And the new M2 has 90 more horsepower than the old M2. Yes, as we all know, the new M2 obviously has been upgraded with more horsepower. But even though it does have 90 more horsepower than the old M2, it still has 20 more horsepower less. I mean, it still has 20 horsepower less than the non-competition versions of the M3 and the M4. Like I said, BMW is keeping the M2 in its lane, so it mustn't get up to its bigger brothers and start picking a fight with them, giving them this, trying to poke them with a spoon or whatever. Well, like I said, the non-competition versions of the M3 and the M4, so it's not really into that category. But doesn't mean if it has 20 horsepower less than the M3 and the M4 non-competition versions, it is slow. No. Well, the torque is actually the same as the M3 and the M4, so the non-competition versions to be specific, but it still has less horsepower but more torque to keep up with its M3 and M4 brother. So yeah, well, like I said, the standard versions, well, it also has been given the same torque converter as the M3 and the M4. So it's a lot of M3 M4 things being put into the new M2 instead of giving it new stuff such as adaptive dampers and all that stuff to give it more performance, but instead they just gave it more of the M2 and the M3. So it's not really original or maybe new, it's just the same. They just, you know, it's like a heart transplant. You're giving someone your heart and putting it in someone else, or let me say a kidney to another person. So it's not really new stuff, it's just a bit of an old tech for the M3, from the M3 and the M4. They just shared. What was BMW just thinking? Were they on a budget or something with this car? But it doesn't matter. Even though with that, like we said, it does have a torque converter, so it means it'll be better off the line than the old M2. So unfortunately, it does hurt me to say this. It's more powerful, it's better on performance and everything than the old M2 CS competition and the standard model, but I'll still go back to, it's still less horsepower and more expensive than the A45S, which still better performance, still sounds good. And speaking of sound, which I'll be getting to right now, well, the new M2 has changed a lot. Literally, you can see it on your screen right now. And for me, honestly speaking, it looks crap. Well, if you don't agree with me, I'm sorry on this. And if BMW is watching this, I'm extremely sorry. Give me the chance to actually review this car. Well, let me get it back into the video, and I'll go back to why I started. Was the M2 competition. The M2 just looks absolutely crap. Literally, it looks like a car made from Minecraft. It looks like one of the designers was a Minecraft fan and just designed a Minecraft car, put a Minecraft thing into real life. He just transported it literally and gave it the Minecraft look. In front, it looks like a box. At the back, it just looks like the M240i. Literally, oh my god, BMW ruined this car. The old M2 CS and the M2 competition looked absolutely good in that light blue color and also red. Any color you chose on the M2 CS competition in the standard model, it still looks better. It sounded better. The new M2 just sounds like a box, man. It sounds like a oh my god. What was BMW thinking? Oh my, BMW ruined the design of the new M2. The new M2 was supposed to look like a masterpiece. It makes the M3 and the M4 look much more better than it isn't. That kidney growth just looks nonsense, but the new M2 just makes the M3 and the M4 look much more better, literally from the front and the back. My god, BMW ruined this car. Well, it is 11 centimeters wide. I mean 11 centimeters longer than the old M2, and it's 2 centimeters wider than the old M2. And it has changed dramatically. Literally, I don't care about how long it is or how wide it is. BMW should have gave more thought into it, looked at the picture properly of the sketch and say, yes, this is the perfect one. Well, the prototype that they showed us on the picture that we were supposed to get it looks much more better than the car they revealed. It's much more Mazda. Well, Mazda, when they did a prototype that they showed us, or what was it, the M3, the Mazda 3 or something, and then they just gave us oh my god, what is with these companies and just giving us wrong cars, literally. But besides that, honestly speaking, performance and everything, it's good. It is better. It has been, given more upgrades and everything. But I just hate the fact that they just gave lots of M3 and M4 parts into it instead of BMW thinking of how to make, new stuff, bringing new stuff to the M2. Instead, they just shared. So it means it's not really a M2. It's more of M3 and M4. So it's a bit of, it has been given an arm and a leg of the M3 and the M4, and they just kept the chest, the M2, and just gave it more power and whatever. But for me, honestly speaking, the body looks crap. Honestly speaking, I don't want to lie. Even though, if you want to ignore the body, you can just step into the car, which the seats are absolutely lovely. They are given, but I will say they are huggy, because by the pictures I looked at, they're much more huggy and much more comfortable. So it means it's more for performance seats, which means that if you want to take the car on the Nürburgring or wherever you want to go, you'll still be able to be comfortable and not break a leg or two, or maybe hurt yourself. And the seatbelt, and everywhere in the car, you'll still get M2 badging on the doors. I mean on the door side skirts or whatever they call it, on the front grille, on the seats, the gearbox, and also on the steering wheel, and also as the lighting, as you put in the key and you press the start button, it will show the M2. So it has been given lots of upgrades and everything, but I'll tell you maybe later this year, if I do get a chance to review it, I will make a review of it. And hopefully, if BMW is watching this, hopefully please get to me on my Instagram page, which is Junior on Cars, to talk to me more, and I'll get back to you and we'll see if I can review that car. If you like this video, please give it a like, and if you want to watch more videos of mine, hop onto the main page to go and watch more videos of mine. And if you want to know more about my channel, like I said in the first part, go onto my Instagram page, which is Junior on Cars, Twitter the same story. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on my videos. I really appreciate you for all of you who watch my videos. So bye.